Can you give us like a specific example or two of some of those moments where, oh, look, like what we have been working on just totally impacted this in this way?
Yeah. So one of the ideas, this is kind of to the medicine side of things, like training, they go through and they're like, okay, you're in the operating room. The who's it's funny how you like hold on to a line and then you keep that with you, and that's what you always go back to, right? But I was in my surgical training, and the guy gets up there and he goes, okay, who's the most, you're in the operating room, who's the most important person in the room? And of course we're like, the patient. And he goes, no, it's not. And I stopped and I looked at him and I was like, what do you mean? He goes, it's the anesthesiologist. And I said, why is that? And he said, because that's who's keeping your patient alive. He said, so your relationship with the anesthesiologist is make or break to the safety of your patient. It really is good advice. If I make sure that the anesthesiologist and I are communicating well, that I'm communicating well with the nurses and the other parts of the care team, like we went through some really hard surgeries, hard situations just fine, and navigated well. And I felt like that got great outcomes for my patients and really helped us navigate through some stuff that otherwise would have been tragic, and it was just fine.
And so I guess I'm feeling like if I knew a couple of certain important keys that extended out and helped me navigate all sorts of scenarios in life. And I think I was hoping to find some similar things for that in my life today, like I guess applicable in different ways outside of the operating room, but looking for some similar pieces. And to circle back to that is even something as simple as you walking me through how to feel my feelings and just identify where they were. That really unlocked a lot of stuff for me, helped me to look at it and then to not be afraid of them, because that led to our discussions about how feelings, I had a view of feelings being either negative or positive, and an outcome that would come from that. Oh, I can't feel that way because that leads to this and this. And in reality, if I can just look at each feeling and not consider it as good or bad, but just as a feeling, I can feel it, I can learn from it, I can understand it, and then I can make a sound decision on what to do next.
Yeah. Yeah. And these are
So,
just things that we have ways of practicing together in our
yeah.
sessions, and we find ways to fit it with your style. And so can you give people a feel for, okay, so how did you